If Jesus suffered, why would his followers expect an easy life? Think about that. If Jesus died on the cross and he had to suffer, what makes you think that our life was just going to be just easy? What's up, guys? Welcome back to More to Life podcast, episode 2. This is your host, Demetrius Johnson. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. Today, we're going to dig into something real, something deep, something that we all struggle with in our lives, and that is suffering. And my question for you today is why in the Bible it actually states suffering is actually a good thing. Now I know some of you guys are out there probably wondering like, you're crazy, you're out of your mind. Suffering is not a good thing. You won't understand what I'm going through. You don't understand the pain that I went through. I just lost my mom. I just lost my dad. I just lost my family. I just lost custody of my kids. I lost my home. I lost my job. And you mean to tell me that suffering is actually a good thing in the Bible? Yes, it's actually a good thing. I actually went through suffering in my life. I went through it so much that I just felt like giving up. And I know some of you guys are out there feeling like, you're just ready to give up. But listen, giving up is not the answer. You know what's the answer? It's giving it to God. Because some of us, we rely on our family, we rely on our friends, we rely on everybody else to fix our problems, to fix our suffering. And it doesn't work. I thought it worked for me and it never did. But the moment I gave all my problems, all my pain, all my suffering, all my frustration, all of my depression, soon as I gave it to him, then that's when my life began to relax. That's when I began to take a deep breath. That's when I was able to understand that there is more to life than me suffering, than me going through pain, than me just having everything bottled up inside of me. Because I know some of you guys are struggling, and I get it. I get it, it hurts. I get it, it's painful. I get it, it sucks. I get it, sometimes you just don't want to talk to nobody. I get it. I may not have the answer. And it's not for me to answer all your problems. All I can do is encourage you. And some of you guys have been relying on so many different people to fix your problems. And they can't fix it. So it's up to you to give it to God. He's waiting for you. In the Bible, it says he's there from the beginning and he's going to be there to the end. And also in the Bible, it says he will never leave you nor forsake you. So if that's you out there that's suffering right now and you feeling like giving up, you feeling like you're not worthy, you're feeling like you're not capable of anything in your life, stop telling yourself that because that's what the devil wants you to believe. And the moment you give the devil the key, then that's when he have control of you. Think about it. It's like letting somebody take control of your car. The moment you give him the key, the moment you tell him, hey, you can drive in the driver's seat, that's it. We have to stop allowing the devil to take control of our lives. And we have to give it to God. Because that's who is going to make the difference. Nobody else but God. And so today we're going to dig deeper and I'm going to try to break everything down in the Bible and to really explain to you why in the Bible suffering is actually a good thing. So bear with me. So we're going to jump into Romans 5 verses 3 through 4. It states, "We rejoice in our suffering, knowing that suffering produces endurance, and endurance produces character, and character produces hope." See, in the Bible, Paul is saying suffering is like training. Pain builds endurance. Endurance builds character. And character give us hope. So without suffering, family, we will stay weak. But we have to understand that when we're going through suffering, God is shaping us for something up ahead. So you may not know what God has in store for your life up ahead. But that's why he's there with you every step of the way. But some of you guys feel that suffering is just too much, it's too hard, so you try to go it, so you try to take control of it your way, and then now we're depressed. Now now we're feeling weak. Now we feeling doubt. Now we're depressed. Now we just feel like giving up. Now we just mad at ourselves. Now we feel like we're not worthy. When actually God is shaping us for something up ahead, and a lot of times we all have been asking God for all these different plans, all these different visions in our life, whether it's becoming a doctor, whether it's becoming an entrepreneur, whether it's starting your business, whether it's becoming a teacher, whatever you've been asking God for. In order to reach those goals, you have to go through suffering. It's like starting a brand new job. Don't think when you start the job, it's just going to be cakewalk. You're going to go through some suffering. You're going to go through some, I don't know. I have to ask my supervisor. You're going to go through so many different things. But the moment you gravitate and you understand it, then that's when life begins to get easier. And that's what God is all about. We have to we have to follow the GPS, which is God. He is our GPS tracker. The moment we try to curve off and go our separate ways, then that's when it gets very bumpy and dark. So think about it. Think about Job. Think about Job in the Bible, where he lost everything. He lost his family, he lost his health, and he also lost his money. But his suffering actually built his endurance with faith, in faith. So at the end, God restored him double, and his pain became a testimony. So some of you guys are out there feeling like what you're going through right now, that is it. No, it's actually a testimony for somebody else down the road that may be going through stuff. Have you had a time where you had to give somebody a testimony and you actually tell them, you know what, I've been through that. I understand what you went through. And you're able to encourage them, and you're able to relate to them. And I know some of you guys have these stories where people will say, you know what? I understand what you're going through, but I'm going to keep you in my prayers. You know why they tell you that? And I always went through my entire life thinking that, like, why do people say, you know what? I understand what you went through, but I'm going to keep you in my prayers? Because they actually never been through it. So they're going to keep you in their prayers, which means they're going to ask God to help you because they can't relate. But there is somebody out there that can relate to you, but you have to be open. So some of you guys are out there struggling. It's not that you're going backwards. It's actually God helping you go forward. Okay? So my question for you for this first passage is, have you ever looked back at a painful moment and realized it's actually made you stronger? In James 1 verses 2 through 4, it says, "Count it all joy, my brothers, when you meet trials of various kinds, for you know that testing of your faith produces steadfastness." Can somebody out there say, break it down? I got you. Think about it in the Bible where James says, don't just survive trials, rejoice in them. Trials test your faith like lifting weights tests your muscles. And just like lifting builds strength, trials build strength spiritual. It's like going picking up a dumbbell and you see a 55 dumbbell and you never lift it. Do you think you're gonna pick it up? Absolutely not. You know why? Because you never lifted it up. But with faith, you will be able to lift it. So some of you guys are out there, you just have to believe. You have to believe that God is going to get you through this season that you're facing right now. See, the storm is not going to always be there. It's going to be sunny, but you have to go through it. You have to go through it. You have to. Think about Joseph. His brothers betrayed him. He was sold to slavery, thrown into prison. But through it all, God was actually building him. His suffering positioned him to not only save Egypt, family, but also his own family. So some of you guys are out there struggling right now, suffering right now, because God knew that nobody else in your family can handle that suffering. So he had you go through it because he knew you were built for it. He knew you were capable for it. So don't put yourself down. Don't doubt yourself. It's actually a good thing that God chose you to go through it. Now, does that mean that the struggle, the suffering is going to be pretty? Absolutely not. That's why he's there to walk with you. In the Bible, it says he will never leave you nor forsake you. So we have to be mindful of that. We have to be mindful that God is there with us from the beginning towards the end. And so my question for you is, do you see your current struggle as a punishment, or could it actually be a preparation? Also in 1 Peter 4 verses 12 and 13, it states, Beloved, do not be surprised at the fiery trials when it comes upon you to test you, but rejoice as you share Christ's suffering. So think about it. In the Bible where it talked about where Peter said, don't be shocked when trial comes. That is part of our walk. If Jesus suffered, why would his followers expect an easy life? Think about that. If Jesus died on the cross and he had to suffer, what makes you think that our life was just going to be just easy? He also said in the Bible that we're going to have our ups and we're going to have our downs. He knew that we were going to go through so much. He knew that we were going to go through so much pain. He knew that we were gonna feel depressed. We were gonna feel, lost. We were gonna feel confused. We were gonna feel like giving up. We were gonna feel so many different things. He knew all of that. But think about it. If he never went through suffering, how could he help us? How do you think he would have helped us get through our trials and tribulations? How do you think he would have helped us get through what we're facing right now if he never went through it? That's why when I said earlier, you have a testimony for somebody else, because that person may be facing what you just went through and you can help them. So don't get it twisted. God is there with you, but God also been through it. That's why he's walking with you every step of the way. But you have to let him in. Some of you guys don't want him in because you're too afraid. You're too afraid. You're okay with settling. And that's not good. That's not good. You have to allow God to come into your life and let him help you. And the moment you let him help you, then that's when things begin to get easier. So think about it. Look at Paul. He was beaten, shipwrecked, thrown into prison, but he never quit. He even wrote a letter from prison that still encourages us to this day. His suffering had a purpose. So you may be thrown into prison. You may be lied on. You may be misled. Your own family may lie to you. Your own family may mistreat you. Your own family may kick you out. But listen, you still have a purpose. God still have a plan for you. That's why you were called to live on this earth. He has a plan. You may not know it right now because it's so foggy and you don't see any success. But listen, your struggle is a success story at the end. Watch it. So my question is for you. Do you believe your suffering can connect you closer to Christ? In 2 Corinthians 1 verses 3 and 4, it states God comforts us in all our affliction, so that we may be able to comfort those who are in any affliction. So God comforts us when we're hurting. But it's not just about us. It's so we can comfort others later as well. So yes, God comforts us. Yes, God is there with us. Yes, God is there to nurture us, to help us, to guide us. But he also wants us to be disciples, to be able to go out there and comfort those that's also struggling, that's also trying to find their wall, that's also still trying to find their purpose, that's also still trying to find their identity, that's also still trying to find their motivation, their life, their purpose, their plans, their vision. So that's why God is there with you, comforting you. So maybe you lost someone. Maybe it was from struggles. Maybe it was from depression, or even financial stress. But think about it. Later on, when you meet someone going through the same thing you went through, or you've been through it, you can actually tell them like, hey, I've been through when you went through. I've been through what you went through. I understand what you're going through. And I know it's not easy. I know it's not easy. But listen, God got me through it. God was able to walk me through it. But it wasn't easy. But you're able to tell them that because you've been through it. You're able to tell them, listen, if you stay with God and you walk with Him, you will seek the reward that He has for you up ahead. So, my question for you is, who in your life might need comfort from your story of survival? In Romans 8, verses 18, it says, for I consider that suffering of this present time are not worth comparing with the glory that is to be revealed to us. So Paul reminds us suffering is actually temporary. Heaven is eternal in a way and way better than we can understand on earth. So basically what's ahead is greater than what we see behind. So the struggle that you're going through right now is just temporary. It's just preparing you for something. Think about it. Think about this. Even Jesus showed us truth. The cross was painful. It was brutal. Brutal suffering. But the resurrection brought glory, life, and victory to this whole world. The pain had a purpose. He had a purpose. His purpose was to die on the cross so that we as people may be able to walk. We as people may be able to talk. We as people may be able to spread the gospel. We as people that may be able to live on earth. So think about it. Suffering is only temporary. It's like going into academy. I know some of you guys are maybe officers in law enforcement. You have to go through a certain period of the academy for at least 4 to 5 months. I went through it. And within those 4 to 5 months, it's painful. It's suffering. But at the end of the day, your goal is to have that badge on you, to be able to go through the academy to become a law enforcement officer. That's the same thing with what we go through. We go through suffering so that at the end of the day, we may reap the success that God has for us. We may reap the blessings that God has for us, but we have to go through it. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be days when you want to cry. It's going to be days when you want to give up. It's going to be days when you want to just throw in the towel. But that's when it gets better. That's when it gets better because you have a story for somebody else. So my question for you is, when you think about eternity, does it change how you see your current struggle? So listen, your pain is not wasted. Listen, your pain is not wasted. That storm you might be in right now, that storm you may be feeling is drowning, where you can't even see, you can't even swim to the top. You just feel like you're just drowning. You're just deep in the deep end. Listen, God threw out a lifeguard. God threw out something to catch you. But it's up to you to see it and go get it. Because God has something for you. Maybe God is using the struggle, the suffering that you're going through right now as something to shape you for what's up ahead. It's actually preparing you for something greater than you can ever imagine. Like I said, nobody else can go through what you're going through right now but you. Because you're built for it. And listen, you're built different. That's why God chose you as His son, as His daughter. God chose you for a specific reason. So listen, when you're going through pain, when you're going through suffering, when you're feeling like giving up, when you just don't understand what to do, don't just go running after people to try to get the answer. Go after God. Because God is what's going to get you through it. God is what's going to get you through the finish line. Nobody else. Listen, your people may be able to encourage you. Your people may be able to tell you all these good things, but they can't help you get through it. God is the one that's going to be able to help you get through it. I've been through it. I thought me asking my parents, me asking my friends, me asking all these different people was going to help me get through it, and it didn't. It just helped me temporary. Because the same thing that I was facing came back again. Because God wants me to go through this test with Him and not with nobody else. So if that's you out there feeling like it's just too much, listen, it's not too much. Because if it was too much, He would never gave you the task. You're built for it. Don't give up. Don't. Listen, I get it. It hurts. I get it. It's painful. But you got this. You got this. Don't give up. Don't think suffering is the end. Because with God, suffering is to set you up for your success up ahead, family. And listen, suffering doesn't last forever. It doesn't. It's temporary. It's temporary, family. It's temporary. And don't waste your pain. Let God in. Let God help you. Let God help you get to the success that He wants you to get to. And listen, one last scripture before I close. In Romans 8, verses 18, it says, "For I consider that the suffering of this present time are not worth comparing with the glory that is to be revealed to us." So remember, suffering is not the end of your story, family. It's shaping you, refining you, preparing you. Keep walking. Keep trusting. Don't give up, because giving up is not an option. And God is not done with you next. And listen, family, you got this. I'm rooting for you. If nobody else is rooting for you, I am rooting for you. God is rooting for you. If nobody else around you is rooting for you, we are. Don't give up. Keep smiling. Keep shining. When you feel like it's just too rough, just say, God got me. He got me. He got my back. He never left me, and He never will. And remember this. In the Bible, in Luke 10 and 19, it states, "Behold, I give unto you the authority and the power to tread over serpents and over the scorpion, over all the power of the enemy, and nothing shall by enemies hurt me." So whatever you're going through right now, you have the power to cast those demons out. You have the power to cast those demons out of you. You have the power to cast those demons out of your house, out of wherever you at, wherever you feeling, overwhelmed is just too much. Because the devil wants you to believe it's too much, it's overwhelming, it's depressing. He wants you to give up, because the moment you give up, then that's when you give him the key. And now that you give him the key, now he has control over you, because you're not able to reach the success that you want to. Think about it. How many of you guys out there wanted to reach a goal? You wanted to reach a business. You wanted to start something, but you always said it, but you just never started. But you always doubted yourself. You always said, "Oh, I'm not capable. I'm not." You have to stop thinking that way. You have to give your problems to God. You have to let God into your life, because the moment you let Him in, the moment the story begins. The moment the story begins to get real, the moment your life begins to start rolling, the moment your life begins to see the vision that He has in store for your life. And listen, family, don't give up. Don't give up, because God got you. God got you. And listen, you got this. This has been episode 2 of More to Life. This is your host, Demetrius Johnson. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And if you guys were encouraged, please drop a comment and say, "Listen, I was encouraged. I feel good." And listen, if you're struggling, if you're feeling weak, if you don't have nobody else to talk to, listen, I have platforms where you can DM me, you can talk to me. I have Instagram, also I have TikTok where you can go to. The link will be in the bio, but also if you don't see my name in the bio, because I know some of you guys phones, be acting up and stuff. My TikTok and Instagram name are literally the same. It is More to Life underscore podcast. More to Life underscore podcast. Also, family, make sure you like this video, make sure you comment, and make sure you subscribe to this video, so whenever I do drop a post every Friday, you guys are tuned in. Also, make sure you share this video with your friends and your family, your aunts, your uncles, even people that you just don't like. just send it to them so they can be encouraged. Because a lot of times we may not understand what they're going through, and just by using this video, actually help them. And also, until next time, stay strong, stay blessed, stay faithful, and remember, God loves you more than you can ever imagine. And listen, until next time, this has been your host, Demetrius Johnson, and I'll see you guys on episode 2. Peace.